Hello and welcome to this course on Engineering Mechanics for GATE. In session 3, we would start with the concept of equilibrium and we will introduce the free body diagram. Accordingly, support and corresponding reactions. Nevertheless, including bunch of numericals. Let's introduce the concept of equilibrium. You already know Newton's first law. If the resultant force acting on a particle is zero, then particle remains at rest. What does it mean? It gives you idea of concept of rest. Also we express as the condition of equilibrium. Let me take particle here. Let me apply force F1 in this direction, force F2 in this direction.
Assume both the forces having same magnitude.
If I find the resultant in the horizontal direction, then summation of forces would be is equal to 0, which will ensure us the condition of rest in this case. In case of a particle, the force either push the particle or pull the particle. On the other hand, if I take the rigid body, apart from the push and pull, the force can also rotate the rigid body. The strength of a force to rotate the rigid body is known as the moment or a torque. In case of a rigid body, to ensure the equilibrium of the rigid body, apart from the force equilibrium, we also need the moment equilibrium. In case of a rigid body, summation of forces should be is equal to 0, summation of moment should be is equal to 0. The conclusion from here is, in case of a particle, to ensure the condition of equilibrium, we should need summation of forces should be is equal to 0. In case of a rigid body, we should need summation of forces should be is equal to 0, summation of moment should be is equal to 0. If I express this in terms of vector, then summation of forces in x, y, z is equal to 0. For rigid body, apart from the summation, we need summation of moments in x, y, z direction is equal to 0. Let's move on to principle of transmissibility. According to the principle of transmissibility, the condition of equilibrium or motion of the rigid body remain unchanged if a force of F acting at a given point of the rigid body is replaced by a force of F dash of the same magnitude and same direction but acting at a different point, provided that the two forces have the same line of action. For an example, if I apply same force of magnitude in the same direction but acting at different point here or here or here, then the perspective of equilibrium and the motion be the same compared to the original force according to the principle of transmissibility. We have seen the concept of equilibrium. Let's see in various system of forces how many number of independent and dependent equilibrium equations we needed. Let's see that. Suppose if system of forces are collinear, then we would need, let's say this is my x coordinate and this is my y coordinate. Then in this case, the number of independent equation would be summation of forces in the x direction would be is equal to 0. Then summation of forces in the y direction and moment about the z direction automatically satisfies. Then the number of independent equilibrium equation would be 1 in this case. If the forces are concurrent, then let this be my x coordinate, this be my y coordinate. Then in this case, summation of forces in the x direction is equal to 0 and the summation of forces in the y direction is equal to 0. Then summation of moments about z axis automatically satisfies. If the forces are parallel, then let this be my x coordinate and y coordinate. In this case, summation of forces along x direction is equal to 0 and the moment about z is equal to 0 and summation of forces along y automatically satisfies. This is the general case. In this case, summation of forces and along x and summation of forces along y and moment about z, we would need 3 independent equilibrium equation in this case. Let's see the same thing in case of a 3D. If the forces are collinear, then we would need only one independent. Let this be z axis, other two are x and y. In this case, summation of forces along z axis is equal to 0, and the remaining dependent equilibrium equations are summation of forces along x and y. Again, moment about x, y, z are my dependent equilibrium equations because they already satisfy the equilibrium condition. If the forces are concurrent, in this case, summation of forces along x is equal to 0, summation of forces along y is equal to 0, and summation of forces along z equal to 0, and moment about x is equal to 0, moment about y equal to 0, moment about z is equal to 0, and moment about x and y and z are dependent, and force about x, y, z are independent if the forces are concurrent. Let's take the general case. In this case, we need 6 independent equilibrium equations, that is force about x, y, z and moment about x, y, z. Let's take the case of parallel case. In this case, let me write the moment. In this case, moment is equal to forces are about the z axis. I can write moment in this case is equal to Rxi plus Ryj plus Rzk cross Fik, which is equal to Rx Fi I cross k is equal to minus j plus Ry Fi and j cross k is equal to I plus k cross k is equal to 0. Then in this case, I would be having moment about y axis and x axis. The moment about z axis is equal to 0. And forces, I would be having only forces about the z axis in this case, and the forces about the x axis and y axis already satisfies, they are already is equal to 0, and the number of independent equations in this case is equal to forces about z axis is equal to 0, and moment about y axis is equal to 0, and moment about x axis is equal to 0. We have only 3 independent equations if the forces are parallel. 3 dependent equations, they already satisfy the equilibrium condition. Let's introduce the free body diagram. Free body diagram is the one where we isolate the body from all the elements that are holding it and replacing them with the corresponding reaction forces. In this case, let's take the crane structure here, and the corresponding holding elements are, we have a pin joint, we have a roller joint, and we have a roller which is attached by a weight and with a rope as well. And if you want to free the crane structure, then you need to replace the corresponding elements with the corresponding reaction forces. Let's see if you replace with the corresponding elements and what are the reaction forces we get for the corresponding elements. See, these are the general elements which we use in the mechanical system. Let's start with the short cable and the short link. The short cable, which always will be under tension, and if you replace for the free body diagram, the corresponding reaction will be always in the tension, and short link either will be in tension or in the compression, and the corresponding reaction force will be either in the tension or the compression. And the roller or the rocker or the frictionless surface, it cannot resist the moment as well as the axial force. It can only resist the vertical force, and the corresponding reaction force you can see here, it can only resist the corresponding force in the vertical direction. And collar on frictionless rod or frictionless pin in slot, it cannot resist any force in this direction. It can only resist the force normal to this direction. So the corresponding reaction force will be shown like this. And the frictionless pin or hinge, it cannot resist the movement and it can resist the vertical force as well as the axial force. The corresponding reaction force should be one in the vertical direction, one in the horizontal direction. It will be same for the rough surface as well. And the last one, fixed support, it can also resist the movement. In this case, we have the corresponding reaction forces, one in the vertical direction, one in the horizontal, and one in the movement direction. We get the 3 reaction forces in this case. Now you can draw the free body diagram for the crane. Instead of hinge, we can have 2 forces. One is the horizontal, one is the vertical force here. And instead of roller, we have one horizontal force. And for the cable, we have one tension force like this. And the complete weight, you can lump the complete weight at center of gravity like this. This is the free body diagram for the crane structure. Let's start with the numerical problems. In problem number 1, attempt is made to pull a roller of weight W, and we need to identify the correct free body diagram when the roller is just about to climb over the step. When the roller is just about to climb over the step, during that situation, the roller loses the contact with the horizontal surface. Let's draw the free body diagram. Roller, this is the weight of the roller and this is the applied force F, and this is the normal reaction at the step, and this is the friction force because the roller is trying to roll in the clockwise direction. There is a friction force in the opposite direction. Let's look at the option. The option C is not at all isolated from the corresponding holding elements. This is not the right free body diagram. And option D is also not the right free body diagram. Option A, the corresponding friction force is shown in the wrong direction. Option B looks the right option, but there is no friction force is shown in the option B. Let's look at what is happening with the corresponding friction force. And this is friction force F. Let this point be A. Let's take, and this is height H, and this is R minus H, and this is right angle triangle, and this length is equal to square root of 2RH minus H square. And let me take moment about A, then F into R minus H is equal to W into 2RH minus H square. Then F is equal to W into 2RH minus H square divided by R minus H. From here, cos theta is equal to R minus H divided by R, and sin theta is equal to square root of 2RH minus H square divided by R. Let's resolve the forces along horizontal as well as the vertical. Since the roller is equilibrium, then summation of forces should be is equal to 0. Then this is theta and this is also is equal to theta. Then summation of forces along horizontal is equal to F cos theta plus applied force is equal to F minus, then this is R, then horizontal component is equal to minus R sin theta is equal to 0. Then summation of vertical forces is equal to F sin theta minus W plus R cos theta is equal to 0. Then equation number 1 multiplied by sin theta and equation number 2 multiplied by cos theta. is equal to 0. Then by substituting cos theta and sin theta, we get friction force is equal to 0. Let's go back to the options. Then option B is my right answer in this case. Let's go back to problem number 2. We need to find the value of tension TAB and TAC for the loading shown. Then if I resolve the corresponding forces, if I resolve the forces TAB cos 60, TAB cos 60, which is equal to 1 by 2, is equal to TAC cos 30, which is equal to root 3 by 2, implies TAB is equal to root 3 TAC, and summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. Then TAB into sin 60, which is equal to root 3 by 2, plus TAC sin 30, which is equal to 1 by 2, is equal to 600. Then from here TAC is equal to, I will get 300 as my answer. Then option A is my correct answer. Here we need to find the magnitude of reaction force at support Q. Let me take moment about point P in this case. Then this is RQ reaction at Q. Then RQ into 4 is equal to 1200 into 5. Then RQ is equal to 1500 newtons. Let's take problem number 5. A weight W rests on the bar AB as shown in the figure below. The cable connecting W and B passes over the frictionless pulleys. If bar AB has negligible weight, the reaction at A is equal to. Let's draw the free body diagram of weight W. Then W is acting downwards and there is a normal reaction N, the tension T acting upwards in this case. Then N plus T minus W is equal to 0. Then N is equal to W minus T. Since on the bar, let's draw the free body diagram of the bar. This is tension T acting upwards, the normal reaction which is acting downwards. This is at the hinge. Let's replace the hinge with vertical force and the horizontal force. In this case, horizontal force is 0 and the corresponding normal reaction is equal to T minus W, since in the opposite direction. Let me take moment about point A. Then T into L plus T minus W into A is equal to 0. From here T is equal to WA divided by L plus A. Let's take summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. Then T plus T minus W plus RA is equal to 0, implies RA is equal to W minus 2T. Let's substitute T value here. Then RA is equal to W into L minus A divided by L plus A. Option 1 is my right answer in this case. Let's take the problem number 6 here. A spring scale indicates a tension T in the right hand cable of the pulley system shown in the figure below. Neglecting the mass of pulley and ignoring friction between the cable and pulley, the mass M is. Let's take the free body diagram of mass M. In this case, this is tension T at this pulley, this is tension T, this is also tension T. this will be is equal to 2t. If I take the free body diagram, this is equal to 2t and this is also tension T. Then this is mass m, mg. Then if I take the free body diagram, mg will be acting downwards. Then mg is equal to 4t and m is equal to 4t by g. Option C is my right answer. Let's take problem number 7. A mass of 35 kg is suspended from a weightless bar AB, which is supported by a cable CB and a pin at A as shown in figure. The pin reaction at A on the bar AB is. You can see here the angle theta is equal to, you can calculate tan theta is equal to 125 divided by 275 and theta is equal to tan inverse of 125 divided by 275, which is equal to 24.5, and you can take the moments about point A. This is equal to, then this is equal to T cos theta and this tension is T cos theta. One is the tension is T sin theta and moment about A is equal to T sin theta into 275 is equal to, this is weight due to mg into 275. From here T is equal to, we get 830 newtons. Then if you draw the free body diagram AB, then this is Rx, Rax, this is Ray, this is tension T, this is mg. Then if you take the summation of forces about the horizontal axis, then Rax minus T cos theta is equal to 0. Then Rax is equal to 755.4 newtons. And summation of forces vertical, anyway this vertical force of tension T is balanced by mg, then the vertical force Ray should be is equal to 0. Then option C is my correct answer in this case. Let's take the problem number 8. A man raises 10 kg hoist of length 4 meter by pulling on a rope. Find the tension T in the rope. Let's take the moment about point A. Then moment about the weight is equal to, moment due to weight is equal to 10 into 9.81 into, then the perpendicular length is equal to 2 into cos 45, which is equal to, then tension T we can resolve into two components. One is parallel to the linkage, one is perpendicular to the linkage. The tension which is parallel to the linkage does not contribute any moment, and tension perpendicular to the linkage which contributes the moment, and the corresponding perpendicular length is 4 meters and the moment is equal to T into sin 45 into 4. From here T is equal to 81.9 newtons.
You can also do the problem in this manner. This is 3-force member because the force at the point A, the resultant of the two forces will be in this manner. Since this is 3-force member, the forces have to be the concurrent. They have to meet at this point. It is shown in this figure. Then you can find the angles. The procedure is given in the slide. You can apply the Lami's theorem to find the unknown tension T. You can follow the procedure. You can get the same answer with this procedure.
Let's take one more problem. For the loading shown, determine the reaction at support B and A and determine the reaction at pin D. Let's take problem A. We need to find the reaction at support B and A. To find the reaction at B, at support B, let's take the moment about point A, then let this be RBX, then RBX into the perpendicular length is 160, then which is equal to 480 into 100. Then RBX is equal to 300 newtons. For the reactions RAX and RAY, let this be RAX, this be RAY. Then from summation of horizontal and vertical components, RAX is equal to minus 300 newtons and RAY is equal to minus 480 newtons. And part B, to determine the reaction at pin D, and the pin D, the connection is two hinges at point E and point D. This is the two force member. Unlike we have at pin joint, we have the two reactions at horizontal and vertical. You can see here it will be under equilibrium like as shown in the figure. The two force member will be under equilibrium with the collinear forces only, because if it is under equilibrium like this and like this, because if you take moment about this point, there is a moment exist which is not under equilibrium due to moment. That's the reason it has to be equilibrium due to collinear forces only. Collinear like this or like this. The reaction forces from the previous problem, which is equal to RBX is equal to 300 newtons. Let's draw the free body diagram for the link BCD. Then this is BCD, this is reaction RBX, and at pin C we have two reaction forces. Let's say this is RCX and this is RCY. This is applied force which is 480 newtons, and pin D at D, which is the two force member, and the reaction should be acting along the link. Reaction force should be acting along the link like this only. And the given that angle we can find from the link length, and tan theta is equal to 80 divided by 150. And theta is equal to 28.07 degrees from here. And if you take moment about this point C, then minus 250 into sine 28.07 into FDE. Let this be FDE minus 480 into 100 minus 300 into 60 is equal to 0. Because about point C, all the forces are having clockwise movements only. That's the reason we are taking all negative signs here. Then from here, if you calculate this equation, then from this FDE is equal to minus 561 newtons. Let's take one more problem. Here, knowing that each pulley has a radius of 250 mm, determine the components of reaction at D and E. Then let's draw the free body diagram for ACE. This is A. We have two reactions, one is vertical, one is the horizontal, and you can see here on rollers A, B, and there is a rope which is tension having 4.8 kilonewtons passing through the rollers A, B and attaching to point C. The tension would be same across every point. Then at point C we have tension T is equal to 4.8 kilonewton, and the distance between point C to this point is equal to 2.25, because given roller diameter is, radius is 250 mm and this total length is 4 meters, and end E we have a pin joint, we can replace with the corresponding horizontal and vertical forces. Let's take moment about, let this is point A. Let's take moment about point A. Then 4.8 into 2.25 is equal to, let these reactions be R E Y means vertical and R E X. Then moment is equal to 4.8 into 2.25 is equal to REY into 4. From here REY is equal to 2.7 kilonewton. Now let's take moment about D. Then 1.5 into REX is equal to 4.25 into 4.8. Then REX is equal to 13.6. For the reactions at D, from force equilibrium you can find the horizontal reaction at D, and the vertical reaction is equal to 7.5 kilonewtons. Get it from here. Let's take one more problem. Here, two bars pinned together at B and C and supported by hinges at A and D as shown in the figure below. For link mechanism, the value of force P that will prevent motion is. Here, to solve this problem, instead of taking individual free body diagrams, we'll take the free body diagram of the pin joint. Here, let's take the free body diagram of the pin B here. Then this is the force from linkage FAB, and this is the force from linkage FBC. This is the applied force 200 newtons, and this is the angle between the applied force and the FBC is equal to 45 degrees, and this angle is also 45 degrees, and this angle is 30 degree. Let this be x-axis, this be y-axis. You can resolve the force along y-axis since this is in equilibrium. Then FAB cos 30 is equal to 200 cos 45. Then from here FAB is equal to 163 newtons, and summation of forces along x-axis is equal to 0. Then FAB sin 30 minus FBC plus 200 sin 45 is equal to 0. From here FBC is equal to 223 newtons. Let's take the free body diagram of the pin C. This is force due to FBC, and this is force due to FCD, and this is force P, and this angle is 60, and this angle is 30, and this angle is 15. Again, summation of Fy is equal to 0. Then P cos 30 is equal to FCD cos 15. Then FCD is equal to 0.9 P. Summation of forces Fx is equal to 0. Then FCD sin 15 plus P sin 30 minus FBC is equal to 0. Then 0.73 P is equal to 223. Then From here P is equal to 304 newtons. Answer C is my correct option. Let's take next problem. We have two cylinders of given weight and connected by a bar of negligible weight, and we need to find the force to be applied as shown in the figure such that it will hold the system in the given position. We cannot expect this kind of problems in the GATE examination. Still, you can have a look here. The step 1 is to draw the corresponding free body diagrams. You can see here N1 is the normal reaction on the free body diagram 1, and the corresponding, this is the two force member. The corresponding forces are N3 on the free body diagram 1 and N3 on the free body diagram 2, and the corresponding self weights are shown as 4000 newtons and 2000 newtons, and you can resolve the forces as horizontal and vertical so that you can find N1 and N3 here and substitute N3 value in free body diagram 2 so that you can resolve for P. Let's move on to another problem. We have a ladder and given the weight is 600 Newton, and we need to find the magnitude of force P required to maintain the equilibrium of the ladder. Let's draw the free body diagram, and this is reactionate B, which is RB. This is reactionate A, which is RA. Let's take moment about RA. The summation of forces in the vertical direction gives RB is equal to W, then which is equal to 600 newtons. Let's take moment about point A, then minus 600 into 2.5 into 4 by 5 minus P into 3 plus 600 into 4 is equal to 0. Implies P is equal to 400 newtons from here. Again, this is the demonstration problem. You can take the moment about point A so that you can get the reaction force RB, and later you can take the summation of the moments, summation of the forces, so that you can get the values of reaction force at A and reaction force, horizontal reaction force at A and the vertical reaction force at A. Here we have a uniform drum mounted on a line of rollers. You can see here the rollers are at A and position at B, and a man of 80 kg moved slowly a distance of 700 mm from the vertical center line before the drum begins to rotate. And given the condition is all the rollers are perfectly free to rotate, means they are frictionless, except one of them at B, which must overcome appreciable friction in its bearing. Means at B we have a friction, at A we don't have a friction on the roller. Calculate the friction force F exerted by that one roller tangent to the drum and find the magnitude of R of the force exerted by the roller at A. It means we need to calculate the friction force and the corresponding normal reaction forces at A in the problem. Let's draw the free body diagram. This is the normal force at A, and this is also normal force at B and the corresponding friction force at B. Let's take moment about point O, then 80 into 9.81 into 700 is equal to Fv into 1800, implies friction force is equal to 305.2 newtons. Then let's take moment about point B, then 1800 into sine 60 into 400 into 9.81 plus 80 into 9.81 into 858.8 is equal to Ra into 1800. From here, Ra is equal to 3772 newtons. This is the last problem. This is the problem related with the equilibrium and stability. This can be solved with the energy method. We can take this kind of problem along with the virtual work methods. In the next session, we would start with the analysis of trusses